Good afternoon. This is in 4K 60 frames, so if you have the ability, go ahead and throw it on the highest quality that you can, because you'll probably need it for these. This is a giant bird effigy. It is a portrait of a human with a recessed face right here with his nose. You can see how his nose is carved out right there, and he actually has a giant eye carved in here, and you can see the little circle for that eye. This is a huge face statue of a person with a large hat on. There's also images of birds in here as well. And what I believe this statue is, you can see how this curve right here, you see how this comes down. The face is just right in here. This is the eye. This is not my imagination making these up. These are intended. These are built to be statues, multifaceted statues that have many different images on one stone. So if you take a look at that, different distances help, and of course you can see the size of it. Took two people to get this out. So if you look at it in this direction, you can see how it is shaped like a bird with its beak on the right hand side there. And if you look at it like this, you can see that it is a portrait of a human. So just from here to here is his face. This is all crazy hat or headdress, and then you can see that braid coming down there. That braid is also different things. It's also just a giant eye, as you can see, with a pupil in it. But there's so many different images in these that it gets kind of complicated and tough to explain them sometimes, because there's just so much. This was the art of the ancestors. This was how they created art, and a lot of times you can look at it from the side as if the person's looking away, and then you can see how these gaps and ridges come out. You see how they line up perfectly with the eye. This is how this art works. So this, I believe, is Redhorn. There's, if you guys know about indigenous stories and the tales that they tell, you'll know about Redhorn. Redhorn had faces on his ears, so there's a big story, and if you guys want to know about it, you can check out Edwin Barnhart's channel. He's an archaeologist, and he is really good. He's a really great guy. He's, when he talks about American archaeology, you can tell he's pretty pissed off about how it doesn't make it into our school books. They spend about 1 page on it, is what he says. So he's got a channel called Archeo Ed, and really I encourage you guys to go subscribe, because you'll learn a lot. I did, for sure. So you can see, if you look at this bird head, you can start to see how the eye is carved in right there. You see that eye. And then upside down and in different ways are going to be different things. This sucker is about 200 pounds, and I would flip him if I could. I might flip him. Let's take a look at this one real quick, though, before I try to do that. I want to take my socks off if I do that. So this is a piece of white quartz. The paint on here, you can see all the black paint. These are the gateway style artifacts. And so this is many different things as well, just like that other statue. But what it really, like the main outside image, I believe, is the woman with the black hair. So if you look down here, you can see how there is a portrait of a person with the carving for the eye sitting right there. And you see how she has a little recessed face there. So these white pieces of quartz are all painted on one side. It's really, really awesome. I don't know how anyone would ever think that this is a natural stone. This is a head statue. It's a statue of a person. Of course, you can see the carvings and things in here. This stuff could be very old. This is hard to understand at first, but humans have been around for not just thousands, but millions of years, millions. Our journey into where we're at today took a very long time. So understand that you guys stand on the shoulders of these giants. We are the successful reproduction, the result of the successful reproduction of every single person from the beginning of time. And just because we're here now shows that, we're pretty awesome. We're very special. There was a lot of people that didn't make it. Did you guys know that humans used to have black in their eyes instead of the white? We killed all of them. We killed them because we couldn't tell where their eyes were. We couldn't tell what they were looking at. People want to know what they're looking at, what you're looking at. They want to know what your intentions are. And so that's a fact. You guys can look it up yourselves. people didn't always have white around their eyes. Some people evolved with black around their eyes. So really interesting stuff. I'm going to be doing a presentation at the Raleigh Convention Center coming up the last weekend of the month, February 25th and 26th.